Steph.
Hi, I'm Mr. Daryl Daniel.
Gig Buddy is where someone volunteers to be with a disabled person. Each month they do something which a disabled person wants to do. It can be theatre, bowling, cinema, anything. My gig buddy is Roz.
My gig buddy is James.
The most fun thing about having a gig buddy is, to me, she's not only a gig buddy, she's like a friend. So if I need to talk to her about anything, I can go and talk to her, and she won't judge. She'll just listen. And if I'm having a bad day, she'll make my bad day be a good day. So yeah. I'm 27, nearly 28, and I'm autistic, diabetic, dyspraxic, and epileptic. And I've been with Club Soda and Leisure Link for nearly 3 years, I think, and Gig Buddies, I think, for 2 years.
Hi, my name is lovely Daryl Daniel. I've got autism. I'm a lovely, caring person to my girlfriend. Wait. Yeah, I can be a bit crazy in my own time.
So if I was going out with Daz for like a night out, we would go to either Riff Raffs, which is in George Street, or the Oval sometimes, or Box Park. And we don't really. I drink, but I don't drink too much. He doesn't really drink, which is fine. So we would get just Diet Cokes and maybe food if we wanted dinner out. But then he's come to see my uncle and his band play at the Oval pub before, so that's 3 hours of our life there, seeing my uncle. When I'm not busy, we would go to the Oval to see their Majesties, which is a drag performing artists. The last Thursday of every month, we will go and see them from 8 till 11. So yeah, and my friends would be there. He knows some people there because I've introduced him to him. That's my typical night.
Yeah. On my birthday, we all went to the Porcelain Salter pub near East Croydon train station. Right. And I sung on the karaoke for the first time, which was really nerve-wracking.
We did.
Oh, happy birthday, Stevie Wonder, because it was my birthday.
Well, even before I joined Gig Buddies, I was confident in going out and independent. But now I've got Voz in my life. She's made me more confident. So like I can go to the cinema all by myself, which is fine. But I would have never gone to the theatre by myself because going to the theatre all by yourself seems a bit lonely because you're filled with thousands of people. But whereas a cinema, it doesn't really matter if you're just by yourself because you might have what 10, 5, 4 people in the cinema with you. But whereas the theatre, you've got more people. Yeah, I don't know. I think yeah. So ever since I met Roz, she's made me more confident to go to theatre with her, just me and her. Because if I wanted to go to the theatre and I'm not with her, it would be me, mum, and dad. It wouldn't just be me be me. Because in my head, I wouldn't think, oh, I fancy going to the theatre, but then I don't want to go by myself. Because whenever I do go to the theatre and I see people all by themselves, I always think it's just a bit lonely. Yeah.
Having a gig buddy makes me feel amazing. It gets me out the house and makes me feel less nervous and lonely. Having a really nice person that can understand people with learning disabilities, such myself.
What makes a good gig buddy is someone who doesn't judge, who will take their time to do whatever the disabled person wants, but then also whatever they want to do. Patient with them, good listener if they've got some problems, who's funny, because me and Roz always have laughs. Um, who's kind, who's caring. Can't think of anything else. I think that's it. Disabled people can have fun as well. Can have fun too. It's not only non-disabled people can have fun. So disabled people want to have fun, but there has to be some way to letting them have fun. So like the reasonable adjustments. So if you have someone in the wheelchair and they can't get out of the wheelchair, and you've got a building that has, I don't know, like steps, maybe put a ramp to allow them up. If an autistic person comes and it's too loud, have ear defenders or dark glasses if they can't have it, if the bright lights are too bright. So it's the reasonable adjustments will make the disabled person come out more. Because if you don't have reasonable adjustments, it make the disabled person think, okay, well, they don't want me. Why should I come out? Stanley Halls is a very good place because they do have steps, but then they also have ramp to go in to the building in the middle. The Oval Tavern is not really accessible for a disabled person because the toilets are downstairs and you have to go down the stairs to go to them. Riff Raffs has a disabled toilet on the same floor as the bar. Faithful Tools seems to be reasonable for a disabled person. Um, Mighty Hoopla, Cross the Tracks. When we went across the tracks about 2 years ago, it was super busy. Even Mighty Hoopla was so busy. But with my sunflower lanyard, if I have it in my pocket, I can put it on for people not to push me. But then also, she could either go in front of me or behind me. So if someone pushes me, then she's there. But then I could also hold onto her. So like either her hand, like her coat, or anything really. London Pride last year, we went to London Pride and we went to the stage at Trafalgar Square, and that was really busy. But she did the same. She would either be maybe at the front before me, or behind me. Depends on whether I want to go in front of her or whether I go in back or behind her. Firstly, don't take a big bag. If you don't need a big bag, don't take a big bag because you you don't need much. All you need is your phone, money, medication if you take medication, and a phone charger, and Oyster card or Freedom Pass. And that's it. You don't need a rucksack because if you take a rucksack, you'll be getting knocked into by, like, from either left or right. So you don't need a rucksack. Um, what else? Sun cream if it's sunny. Wear comfortable clothes. So clothes that you won't get. So if your legs are gonna prone to get rubbed, like in between, don't wear any trousers that would make your legs rub. Just be comfy. So they have to find the right person to be matched with a disabled person. Then if they find someone and they're matched with a disabled person and they're not right, they'll keep trying. So if it takes 2, 3 times to be paired, it only took me and Roz to be paired once. And yeah, would I change her? No. Would I want to be matched with anyone else? No, because I think she's roughly my age, maybe a bit younger, but we seem to have things in common. I don't think I would want to be matched with anyone else. Yeah, I always have a good laugh with her. Um, I guess it's the social interaction because before I started with LeisureLink, Gig Buddies, and Club Soda, I never really met anyone else. Like everyone else, so who I've met, I didn't know before. So if Gig Buddies wasn't around, I wouldn't have met them. Probably wouldn't have met Daz, but then probably would because I would have gone to the discos and the magazine. I wouldn't have met Roz. I can be a bit gobby at times. So if someone gives him like a dirty look, or us, when it's me and him together, I sort of have to say something to them, because to me that's ignorance. Like you've never seen a disabled person in your life at all. There's plenty of disabled people around, but for me, for them to look at him like that, but then I sort of don't want to get in trouble because I don't want to get myself hurt or myself in trouble with anyone. But then, but then, why should it be me who gets in trouble? So, so the person that waved back at him, it made me laugh because to that person, him waving at that person made his day. But then it also made Daz's day because he likes being friends with people and he doesn't mean any harm to anyone. Yeah. But then you don't get that with everyone. There are some people who would look at him and think, why is he waving at me? Or why is he trying to be friends with me? But that's him. If I wasn't autistic myself, I wouldn't have understood what he's like. And I think with me being autistic myself, you have to understand what the other person's like. That's what people struggle with in this world. You have to sort of understand that person and not be ignorant. Well, that's what I want people to be, but people are ignorant. So, but he enjoys going out with me. So a year ago, that's how I met that. So I've known him for a year, and the LeisureLink meetings or the socials or even the discos, he would blow me kisses, and then I would have to catch them and put them in my pocket. That's how it started. Then on the 13th of February last year, I WhatsApped him saying, "Do you by any chance like me more than friends?" And he said, "Yeah, I like you more than friends." So he was too shy to tell me in person. And he buys me flowers. So yeah. Paris. I like Paris. And you can get Eurostar. So not even you don't even have to get a plane. You can get Eurostar. But then someone would have to come with me and him just in case if something happens. Obviously I wouldn't be going there by ourselves. But yeah. Well, we hope. We hope. That's all you have to do is hope. So yeah. Well, they both like to make each other laugh. Um, they like to have good times. Doesn't even have to include drinking. Um, yeah, they're good people together. So yeah, people need to be aware that if you do have a disabled person come to your venue, don't put restrictions there for them not to be able to enter. So like if you have a gig buddy and someone in a wheelchair want to come to the venue, don't put don't have a building which has just only steps because a disabled people a person in a wheelchair won't be able to get up over the steps. You have to have a ramp as well. So just make reasonable adjustments, and the reasonable adjustments don't have to cost money. Um, but also have like a quiet room. So if someone has autism and is getting very overwhelmed, they can go into the quiet room. And the quiet room doesn't have to cost money. Quiet room can just be a room in the corner with fidget toys. The headphones. If you can't provide them with headphones, they can bring them. Or if they have to stim, just allow them to stim because that's their way to like calm themselves. You can't stop an autistic person to stim. Stimming is if you see an autistic person walking up and down, that's their way of stimming, or fidgeting, or but then non autistic people do it like fidget with their hair, doodle. That's fidgeting. You don't have to be autistic to fidget or stim. So if someone needs to fidget or stim, you can't not let them do it because if you stop them doing it, then they'll get more overwhelmed. Then they'll just have a complete meltdown, shutdown sort of thing. And you don't want an autistic person to have a complete meltdown. It's not fun. Um, my last message for anyone who's watching this podcast is actually three messages. Um, if you see a disabled person out and about, just be nice and kind to them. If you see a disabled person out and about and they seem like they're lonely, just be friendly and want to chat to them. And lastly, if you see a disabled person and they want to be friends with you, just be friends with them because that's all I want to do. Be friends with people in the world.
And my outro is thank you for everyone for listening trying to listen to what we've been talking about.
Stop, I'll plop you. Stop it.